I want to talk to you a little bit about acting. Been in some pretty cool shows. I know HBO's John Adams.
Yeah.
And
I remember, you're going way back.
Yeah. Well, I
think that was like 2006 or some shit like that.
Yeah. And I remember in 2019, my 1 year living in LA, I was watching the 3rd season of True Detective, and look who little old you pops up. Yeah, that was a nice cameo.
Yeah.
Out of all these gigs that you've done, do you have like a favorite role or experience you've had with like working on a film set?
I mean, I really enjoy John Adams from an actor's point of view, who's just learning, because, you know, I was able to watch Rufus Sewell and, fuck, my brain just went blank.
That's okay. We'll just shut it all down.
Just shut the show down.
His brain went blank. Turn it off.
And this is why I'm not a successful actor, because to be in LA, you've got to know first and last names of everybody you meet, directors, first ADs, the fucking actors. Paul Giamatti is who I just forgot, which I've worked with him twice. So I'm horrible at names, dude, and so I would suck at LA, because it's like, you know, people ask me all the time, like, what were you just in? And I'm like, I can't remember, because I do it and I just forget it. It's like I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I just don't have the hard drive.
Yeah,
I got a fucking 1966 hard drive in my head, dude. It's like way out of date. I don't have this new crap, you know, where people can remember things. So, but yeah, so that was a good one, because I was on set with all these A-list actors, and it was an HBO project. Tom Hooper directed it, and the lighting guy was some famous fucking guy from Japan that, you know, and so I just got to watch brilliant people at the top of their game, you know, for 2 weeks. That was awesome. And then True Detectives was great, because that dude had just, you know, he had just won an Oscar. Not that would have made any difference, but he was just, you know, such a phenomenal actor. But as far as fun goes, other than the local stuff that I've made with friends, which is always fun.
Like Birdies.
Yeah, Birdies. Yeah, Birdies.
Shit show.
I'm trying to think I'd say the funnest one was probably Lodge 49.
Okay.
Yeah, which was Goldie Hawn's son. Here again, I can't remember. I remember Goldie Hawn. She wasn't anywhere near it, but Paul Giamatti produced that, and her son was the lead in it. Very famous actor. Don't know his name. But anyway, it was fun because they just let me fucking be myself. And I was playing this crazy artist, like a, you know, sculptor. And I just could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
I would actually really like to see you in that.
It's just one scene. It's a good, like, you know, 2.5 minute scene, which if anybody's ever filmed anything, if you film a full scene, they never keep the whole thing in.
Right, of course.
This the whole thing was in. It was great. But it was fun because I could just, they like let me be myself. And even like during the takes, the director came up to me and goes, that was great. Now, he goes, do it just like you did in your audition. You know, and it was just like, I was like, oh, fuck. So somebody actually did watch my audition. The director did watch my audition. Because you're always, as an actor, you never know who's seeing what,
right.
What kind of, because you jump through so many fucking hoops just to like get an audition. It's absolutely ridiculous. I get it though. There's everybody in the world's trying to do it. Of course, it's going to take some hoops to jump through. But you just don't think the director's watching your shit. You think a casting agent says, okay, you're it, basically. So, but I've had that happen a couple of times. A director would come up and I'm like, what do you want me to do? It's like, just do what you did in the audition. So that's positive to me because that means I made the right choice in the audition, which, you know, doesn't always happen. You get 1 out of 100 things, which means I've been wrong 99 times.
Yes.
But
or it just means 99 times someone was a little more right than you.
Yeah. Well, so you know, Bobcat Goldthwait did the club not that long ago, and he and I went out to lunch, and he's a director and a producer.
There's one of his movies I really liked. It's something with God Bless America. Have you seen that one? It's like I can't remember the actors. It's like it's an older man and a younger girl doing kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde thing where they're just murder. Like it's a Quentin Tarantino murder movie.
Sounds like something he would do.
Where they're just killing people who are like
he likes
morally
all that shit,
or socially shitty in probably Bobcat's eyes. But yeah,
I fucking loved. I mean, I grew up watching his movies, of course, and didn't know him at all. First time ever meeting him, and literally. Dave Waite gave me his number fucking like 6 years ago, 4 years ago. And so I just, you know, hey man, I don't know you, right? I don't mean to text you out of the blue. My friend Dave Waite gave me your number. And I own a comedy club and would love to have you come in and headline. And the guy wasn't a fucking dick at all. Literally texted me back maybe an hour later. Hey, I'm on set. Dave's great. No problem having my number. You know, I'm in productions right now and I've got a lot of work going on. So, you know, just hit me back up later. And so, you know, I would hit him up like every 6 months, just out of the blue. And he never fucking complained about it. He never was like, what the who is this fucking guy? You know? And which is not something you do in Hollywood. You don't direct message fucking any more than likely I would have been expecting who fuck gave you my number? Yeah. And then him go back to Dave and you know, been like, what the fuck, bro? You don't, you know,
berating him.
But no, he was great. And then it took 4 years. But he promised me to do the room and he fucking did it. Yeah. And he didn't have to. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he was great, sold out all 4 shows. But we had lunch, and and just talking to him, like he lived in Hollywood for like 25 years or some shit, and is completely fucking, you know, off the grid. He still does Hollywood, but he lives elsewhere. But I mean, he was just he was great. But it was the first time I had a director in front of me that I could ask him anything, you know, and it didn't affect my career. And I was like, hey man, I auditioned for one of your projects, you know, years ago. Do you watch the tapes? And he goes, yeah, I watch every one of them. And I said, well, what makes you choose one actor over another when there's multiple people that would be great at the part, you know, or could do the part, could get away with the part. And I said, I don't mean to ask, you know, but, you know, just from my curiosity, and you've been in the game acting for a long time and you've been directing, like what is it that you specifically look for? And he said, you know, no one's ever asked me that question before and I've never thought about it. And so he sat there for a few seconds and he's like, you know what it is? Like when I watch somebody, they made the role better than I wrote it. Or when I read it, they made the character better. You know, and that's who I hire. So it's not, and which, you know, as an actor, I'm always in my head. Like, why not me? Why not me? Why not me? And I'm the true believer that you could be doing this for 40 years and nobody ever fucking pay attention. You know? I mean, I've had some really nice small parts, but maybe that's just that's my ceiling. And I can accept that. I'm not going to stop trying to, you know, break that ceiling. I'm not going to stop, you know. My goal is to be a great fucking 80-year-old actor on a grandpa on a series, you know, that lasts for fucking 10 years, you know. And maybe that's my destiny, or maybe I just never break the fucking ceiling, but I'm not going to stop trying to kick it. So to hear him say that, it was like, okay, it's just my new job is that when I go into an audition room, I'm going to make the character better than what the writer wrote it. And I'm not going to change his words. And maybe they just didn't see me coming, you know. And maybe I do that, and I don't get the role, but that's my goal every time I go into an audition now, is to I'm going to give you all of whatever my choice was, 100%. This is what I see the character as. It may be completely fucking wrong. It may be something you never even thought about, but this is my take on it. Because you don't get it now that everything's taped. You don't get a director going, oh no, you did that. You made the wrong choice. Can you do it this way? So we go in there now as actors and audition to a camera, which is basically a dead fucking room. You know, it'd be like doing comedy in front of nobody. And trying to commit to a choice in a very stagnant environment. If I'm on set, dude, I've got, you know, even like here, if we were an actor, I got a place to put my drink. I got a fucking microphone to play with. I got a fucking TV to glance at once in a while. I got beats, you know, all over the place. In an audition room, you got to make those beats. You got to go in there before I've got a person behind the camera, but there's 2 other characters in this room. They're invisible. I know where the fuck they're standing. I know where I'm going to look. I know what kind of, not aggression or anything, but like
attitude,
but
velocity.
No, not velocity either, but an emotion. I know kind of emotion I've got with this person. I know, you know, like if me, you, and Zach were sitting here right now, we're all friends. You know, 100% all in. I talk to Zach different than I talk to you. Not in a better or worse way, but
right,
like
it's just different.
Yeah, I know you and our relationship, and I've got my relationship with Zach, and he's got it with you, and you've got it with him, and he's got mine. So it's just constantly, we're talking to each other in a way that we're dancing around what we know about each other. You know, even if we pick, I'm going to pick on you a certain way that I don't pick on Zach. Because he may not be able to handle what you can handle. You know what I mean?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Fucking Zach. But yeah, to get back to it, it's I mean, acting is that was my first choice. Yeah. If I could choose anything, I would of course choose to do both.
If you had to choose acting over comedy, you'd choose acting.
I don't know, man. I would have in the beginning. But now, and the reason I got into comedy and started doing an open mic and stuff was because my acting career, I was just starting out. And it's the same thing with acting as like comedy. I thought I could do way more before I could do it. And even now, after doing it for 15 years, I feel super confident going into an audition room, but still super nervous on set because I'm not on set as much as I am, you know. If I was on set every day for 20 years, fucking, you'd have all the confidence in the world. But it's, since my acting career was going nowhere, and it shouldn't have been because I was brand new at it, I chose to be a comedian because these acting agents, they were keeping the front door closed. And I'm like, okay, well, I know where a fucking window is. So I'm going to go climb through that window, and it's called being a comic. And I'm going to be the best fucking comic I could be. And then I'm going to come through the back door of this crazy ass glass house that you built around me that I can't get into. And you're going to have to see me, you know? And of course that hasn't worked either. So, but I have become a better actor. And which means that the front door does open once in a while. It's closed 99% of the time, but every once in a while somebody fucks up and opens it up. You know, and then I go do a good job on set. I feel like I do a great job. Yeah. But nothing ever comes of it. Yeah. But, you know, whatever.